Do you have ADHD and your kitchen is just like a mess, disorganized? You have way too much stuff in there. You don't know how you're going to get it organized. Try these 9 different space saving hacks to help you do just that. And the first thing that's going to really help you with organization and space saving is going to be a lazy Susan. And the reason that this item is awesome is because it does 4 different things that are really good for ADHD. Now, one, the lazy Susan actually gives you a place to put a lot of different things together that may have been spread out all over your kitchen, where you would have to go and actually look around your kitchen and find those things. Now you take all those things and put them in one place, and it makes it much easier because you know exactly where that stuff is and you don't have to waste time looking around your kitchen. And secondly, it's about access, because sometimes you want to just reach something really quickly and you just don't want to have to go through all around trying to look for it. You have it right there on the lazy Susan. You can put something on there really quickly or take something off really quickly. So it helps to make it so it's more convenient to have it in this one place. And number 3, a lazy Susan does something really important. It keeps things visual, and that's a great thing for ADHD, because sometimes when you walk into your kitchen, you might be looking for something all around and just miss it because you just didn't see it. You're distracted by something else, or you just forgot where it was completely. And the lazy Susan solves this problem because, one, you have everything on there, everything is visible, easy to see, so you can look over, and if it's on the front, you can find it that way, or you can turn the lazy Susan all around and then find what you're looking for that way as well. So it does solve the issue of, okay, where is something at if you know that is on the lazy Susan, and even if you don't know what's on there, it's really easy to go over there and then turn it around and find where you're looking for. And so what that means is going to save you time as well, because you don't have to go around just searching for things. And number 4, a lazy Susan generally is small in size, so you can move it around to wherever you need it in your kitchen. And that's a really cool thing, because then you're not just saying it has to be here, it has to be there. It's really versatile in that way. And the second space saving hack is going to be more about your cabinet space and making space there and making it much easier to find the pot or pan that you need. You want to have a pot rack that sits on your counter. And the reason for this is because sometimes, at least for me, I used to go down and try to find a pot or pan in the cabinet. I would have just so many down there. I have to go through, look through the back or look in the front and try to find the one that I need. And it just took a long time to find things. Instead, I knew I had certain pots and pans I used every day to cook every day. And so what I did is I got an on the counter pot rack, and that makes it so much easier because now I know where those pans are. I can visually see them all the time. And I know that when I need to cook, I can go ahead, look over there, grab it really quickly because it's really accessible now. And I don't have to spend time going down into the cabinet and trying to find it, and then maybe not even finding it. And now, since you have those pots and pans on your counter, that frees up space in your cabinet, and you can put different things in your cabinet or something else you need into that cabinet, or you just don't put anything else in that cabinet, and now you just have more space down there in general, and it looks nicer because everything is more spaced out in there as well. And here's something else: you don't just have to have an on the counter pot rack. You can have a hanging pot rack as well, to where it has a hooks to where you can hang your pots and pans up. And that's really good as well, because again, it's easy to get to whatever you need, whatever pot or pan that you need, and you can still see which pots or pans that you need also really easily. And the other thing is that again, if you have that cabinet space, you've taken it out there, it's still going to free up that cabinet space for you as well. And they have them not just in the regular pot racks with just the hooks, but they also have them to where they have additional shelves and things like that as well. You just have to decide which option is going to be best for you, but I think they're really good options either way you go. And the third space saving hack is going to be a shelf riser. Now what this is, it's a little installable shelf that you can put into your cabinet that gives you another place to put things on top of the place that you would normally put your plates and bowls and stuff like that. Now you have an additional shelf in there, and it takes advantage of that vertical space that you don't really use in your cabinet anyway. A lot of times we have all this space above our plates and above our bowls that we're not using, and this allows you to use that space and still allow you to actually have your plates and bowls under that shelf riser. So it's really cool because it actually gives you additional space that you can use, and you still have the space in the cabinet that you normally use. So it's a really good, really easy solution to give yourself more space and save space in your cabinets in your kitchen. And here's another space saving hack for you is to add just shelves to your wall, and they're called floating shelves because a lot of times it looks like that the things are just floating there on a shelf. And what you want to do is you want to install these and then take stuff from your counter or from wherever and put it up on the floating shelf. The cool thing about this is great for ADHD because you can still see everything. It's easy to access anything that's on the floating shelf as well. And the other cool thing about this is you can put as many floating shelves up as you want to. You're just limited by the space of the wall, obviously. And they do have floating shelves with hooks as well. So if you want to actually put your pots and pans on there, hang them up, or maybe coffee cups or something like that, you can get floating shelves with that as well too. And the fifth space saving hack, which is one of the easiest and the best, is going to be adding baskets. And the reason baskets are good is because it does all the things that are awesome for ADHD. One, it keeps things visual. You can see whatever's in the basket either from far away or just walk over to it and look inside it. Two, it is very easy to get something inside a basket and outside of a basket as well. Put something in and take something out. Really easy to do with a basket. Three, it allows you to actually put the basket generally anywhere that you need it. It's portable. It's easy to move around. They come in different shapes and sizes and lengths or whatever, right? And so it is really a versatile thing that is really good for any room because you don't have a lot of restriction about where you can put a basket. And four, the other thing is generally things look more organized in a basket. You can take a lot of different things, put them into a basket, and they will look just more organized because they're not really spread out. They're all corralled into a basket, and that makes it look like it's more organized because at least things are all in one place. And that also goes back to being more easy to find and get what you want out of the basket as well. And here's a sixth space saving hack. It is a magnetic knife holder. If you don't know what one is, it's basically a strip of metal that's magnetized. And what you do is you take your knives and then take the blade of the knife and put it on the knife holder. And that way it holds all the knives in place, as many can go on that strip. Now, the thing about this is it also is versatile. You can basically put it just about anywhere that's going to be convenient for you. And the reason it saves space is because a lot of times you might have those knives in a drawer somewhere and they're taking up that space in that drawer, and now you don't have to have them in there. Or you have a big block, one of those big wooden blocks to where you put your knives in, and you may not need that anymore if you can put all your knives on this magnetic knife holder. And so this all checks the boxes of, hey, everything is actually visual, easy to see. So if your knife that you need is on that magnetic knife holder, and it's also really easy to access the knives as well. Now, the caveat about this is you do have knives hanging on your wall that are not sheathed or anything. Just be very careful if you decide to get a magnetic knife holder, because you are going to have, again, blades out that are not going to have any sheaths or anything in there. They're just going to be held up by that magnetic strip. And the seventh space saving hack is going to be a rolling cart. And the reason this thing is good is because it allows you to put things on the cart. It has 2 tiers or 3 tiers or 4 tiers, whatever you want to have for each different shelf. And you can put as many things on there as they fit. And then you can move the cart from one side to the kitchen to the other to wherever you need those things that are on the cart, because now you've freed up all the space of all the things you used to have on your counter and your cabinet. It's now all on the rolling cart. And so the great thing about this for ADHD is, one, you can see everything on the rolling cart. You know exactly where everything is as well too, because you put everything on the rolling cart that you need. And the other thing is, it's really easy to make sure that you can access things really easily as well. And then another good thing about it is that you can prep the rolling cart as well. So if you know you need specific things every day, you can go ahead and put all those things on the rolling cart. And that way you know that you have them on there and you're not missing anything. You can be more confident in the fact that, hey, I know all this stuff that I need is on the rolling cart. And if you want to go ahead and double check, you can do that. It's easy to go through, look and see exactly what you have on there. And you can modify things if you want to as well. And for ADHD, one of the best things about the rolling cart is that if you know you have everything that you need to actually do an activity and you know exactly where it is, when you actually go to do that activity, it kind of prevents you from getting demotivated to actually, or getting even frustrated because you don't know where everything is or you don't have everything. If you have a rolling cart, you can go ahead and prepare for that. And that means when you want to do that activity, when you get to the place to do that activity, You just have to roll your cart over there and you can actually just get started really quickly. And the eighth space saving hack is going to be an under the sink organizer. And it's because we just happen to throw a lot of stuff under the sink. And it's just because we only need that stuff in certain situations, and they're generally all in the kitchen, basically. Dishwashing detergent, maybe have trash bags in there for the trash can, maybe have cleaning supplies to clean the kitchen. All that stuff goes under the sink, and generally it's not organized very well. And so when you have to get the thing that you actually need, you go in there and you may not see it, maybe behind something if there's a lot of stuff in there. And so this will just help keep all that stuff corralled in one area. And they have a couple of different types of organizers you can have. You can have 2-tier ones, 1-tier ones, whatever you need, but it's going to make sure that all those supplies and everything are in this one area and organized. And it's going to make it so much easier to find what you need and make sure that you can see if you have something or don't have something, so that you don't buy duplicates of things that you don't need. Or you can easily see if you do need to buy something. That's also a good thing, but you don't want to leave just everything under the sink, just all willy-nilly. Not sure if that's a term everybody uses anymore, but you want to make sure that that place is organized as well. And this is one of the things that will really help you do that. And another space saving hack is going to be drawer dividers for your kitchen drawers, because it gives you actually more sections and more ways to organize things in your drawer. You might have utensils, silverware, things you need to cook all in the drawer, and they're just all spread out, and there's like no real rhyme or reason to where things are supposed to be, or maybe you just don't have enough room for everything as you're looking through your drawer. Well, this will help you have those different sections and allow you to actually make sure you have a designated section for each thing, or just to show you, okay, this will go here, this will go there, and that will go there. It will help you make things kind of fit, or be able to tell what is really not needed or what really doesn't fit within the drawer, and kind of narrow things down, take stuff out of the drawer and put it somewhere else. And the other thing about it is a lot of these drawer dividers are also adjustable as well. And so you can use the adjustable ones to make different sections of different lengths and everything as well. But it's just going to be something that's really going to help you save space or make space that you need to make sure your drawer is organized. Now, if you like this video, you will really like the next video that pops up on your screen. And it's about life-changing kitchen hacks that you need to know. You can watch it right now.